What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite for another video here for you guys this morning. We're going to be talking about the shocking Season 6 intro cinematic, new weapons, the end of Warzone as we know it, and more. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below. And also as a reminder, you can save 10% off any order using code DYNAMITE over at gameradvantage.com. Their link is, of course, down below in the description. I did post a long video last night talking about Forsaken, which is the name of DLC 4 for Cold War Zombies. I had a lot to say about the marketing they presented yesterday, so that's why I decided to make a separate video here right now about the Season 6 intro cinematic cutscene. Now, time of posting this, more marketing is still on the way for the final season of Cold War's life cycle. Expect another video dropping this evening where I break down any new information that drops today. We know, as confirmed last night, that we're going to be seeing more marketing from a gameplay trailer of all of Season 6, some Forsaken DLC 4 footage, a roadmap, and even more intel. So I'm sure most of that should drop by, at the very latest, this Friday. But first and definitely foremost, we do have an image, or I should say the cover art of Season 6, which looks beautiful. It did surface on the internet a little bit early, a couple of days ago. I know Charlie Intel and COD Tracker both made articles about it, but I had to play it safe in the video I made talking about this image, where I didn't show it on screen at all. I attempted to break it down without showing it, so I apologize if it was a bit confusing when I made that video. But as you guys can see, we have a nice look here at our Mason operator that'll be front and center in Season 6. He will of course be the showcase of the Battle Pass as well. We have TVs there in the background revealing a giant Adler statue, which we're going to talk more about in depth towards the end of this video, and maybe hinting at where we're going to be going in the new multiplayer map that's releasing very soon. But just like Season 5, Season 6 will end up being a very Black Ops 1 centric type of season, which I'm a big fan of. Before we continue on with the rest of the Season 6 information, let's go ahead and thank the sponsor of tonight's video. Now, tonight's video is sponsored by Hero Wars. Hero Wars may just be the best mobile game out there right now, and for those wondering what the game is, well, let me tell you, it's one of the most colorful online action RPG games with many PvP modes available. Upon loading up the game, you embark on a quest of entering through more than 130 missions in the campaign mode, which builds a lot of replayability as you progress along the way. Make sure you click on the link down below in the description or scan the QR code on screen to download the game immediately. There's also incentives and bonuses to earn, such as collecting all the chests of the Dominion, the so-called World of the Hero Wars experience, and as you can see, I've collected hundreds of thousands of coins already. The more you play, the more you immerse yourself in this fascinating story that's unlike any you've ever seen. You can complete missions, kill bosses, or discover and level up new heroes as you go along. As of right now, the game has a vast amount of more than 50 completely different heroes that you can choose with unique skills that will help you explore the Dominion and defeat the enemies you come across. Speaking of your journey, throughout this game you can find the best combination of heroes and combine them into a team to defeat the more terrifying bosses, because sometimes two heads are better than one. There's over 100 million players all over the world enjoying Hero Wars right now, and within that player base, they have a large but friendly community which today exceeds 4 million people that discuss tactics of battle with bosses and coordinate tactics for battling other players. Despite there being two mobile versions available to you on Android and iOS, there's also the web version that you can hop onto anytime. Every week they have brand new events and various sales occurring, so be sure to download the game right now using the top link in this video's description or scan the QR code that you see on screen to grant yourself some exclusive loot in-game. They've set us up with a super chest with a secret hero, as well as 62 emeralds and 30,000 gold. Thank you to Hero Wars for sponsoring tonight's video. Now back to the video, there was some confusion yesterday when a part of the intro cinematic cutscene was released over on the Call of Duty Instagram, and many of us out there were a bit confused about that since we weren't sure if that was just a condensed version because Instagram only allows you to post videos that are just under a minute, or if the intro was just that short for Season 6. We weren't sure if there were budget cuts or some other restrictions, and that was really it. We're like, alright, we were a little confused with what was going on in the cutscene. It felt like it was missing a couple of scenes. Then a good 5 hours later, the full cutscene was then posted on Call of Duty's YouTube channel, so I'm not sure if it was a mistake on someone's end, somebody forgot to hit send, or maybe the video was stuck on processing on YouTube for a few hours. Something happened, but finally the full version released, and we got a lot more context as to what's going on. We have a familiar room there, as you guys remember from Black Ops 1, where Mason was interrogated. Adler is now suffering from that treatment, stuck in the chair, listening to Hudson and Mason interrogate him. We then see a new character with a prosthetic leg, helping Stitch defuse a bomb. So it looks like Verdansk is under attack, and and Stitch didn't expect it. It's then revealed that Adler somehow planted bombs all around Verdansk while he was still under Stitch's brainwashing though, so it somehow turned into a double whammy where Stitch brainwashed Adler for a certain purpose and that backfired on him. So I'm sure we'll learn how that makes any sense at some point during Season 6. Right now our limited understanding is that Stitch brainwashed Adler so he can help him activate the numbers broadcast all around Verdansk 84, leading to Adler stealing the transmitter over in Nigeria. We saw that in the Season 4 intro cinematic cutscene. We then turned on all the mobile broadcast stations in Verdansk with the numbers event recently, and that essentially set off Stitch's master plan. But then at some point after that, Adler was off the grid as Hudson confirmed the Season 5 outro cutscene, and something else may have happened in between that which could explain why he then betrayed Stitch even while he was under that mind control. So it's a bit confusing, but I will definitely make a full story explain video once we learn everything at the end of this final season. Mason somehow then brings Adler back to his normal self by washing his mind with the classic number sequence yet again, restoring Adler's memories somehow. As Hudson briefs them on their mission to go take down Perseus, everybody suits up, grabs their weapons, and heads over to Verdansk to finish the job. Now, what's crazy about this though is that not only is this my favorite cutscene thus far, but parts of Verdansk near the stadium and downtown got absolutely leveled by Adler's bombs. So we do know at the very end of Modern Warfare's campaign, we do learn that Verdansk was destroyed during the Cold War and rebuilt shortly after that. So we have present day Verdansk in 2020. That map then got nuked again because of a zombies outbreak. So Verdansk has been through a lot. Lesson for all you guys out there, do not move to Verdansk, even though it's a fictional location, I know. But I saw a joke on Twitter, I forgot who posted it, where somebody mentioned Infinite Warfare 2 in the future will give us a futuristic Verdansk in which aliens will then come to the area and level it with some alien technology. I mean, how many more times do we see Verdansk get destroyed? It's hilarious. I think even the Vanguard reveal event in Verdansk 84 kind of gave us a glimpse of Verdansk being bombed by some fighter jets. So I think Verdansk has been through quite a bit here for the Call of Duty franchise. Let's give it a rest. But this will be the end of Warzone as we know it, right? The Pacific map coming with the Vanguard integration should be dropping during Season 1, currently rumored for November 23rd. So we have a little bit more time left with this Black Ops-centric Verdansk map, so take advantage of it while you guys can if you guys care. But also in the intro cinematic cutscene, we got a glimpse of 3 new weapons. The Lapa SM-03, what looks like a classic Galil from Black Ops 1, and even a lever-action shotgun closely resembling the 1887 lever shotgun from Modern Warfare 2. And I'm sure more weapons are going to be on the way. These intro cutscenes don't always showcase all of the weapons dropping with the new season, so be on the lookout for the roadmap and the blog post, which may end up dropping today, and I'll be breaking that down tonight. We do know Mason is holding what looks like a Farah in the cover art of Season 6, so a little some confusion about whether or not this was a Farah or a Galil. The same thing happened when the cover art for Season 3 also released a couple of months back, where Wraith was also holding a Farah, but some people out there mistaken it for a Galil. So it looks like right now, maybe there was a mistake. He was meant to be holding a Galil in the Season 6 artwork. He probably should have, but we do definitely see a very clear as day classic Galil at the end here of this cutscene. Now we then got an interesting rumor from the Twitter account Dude Trust Me, who is claiming that, according to his knowledge right now, and this could be outdated, Season 6 will be a Back in Black type of season, featuring a bunch of fan favorite maps such as Firing Range, Jungle, Radiation, Launch. We talked about the rumors regarding Radiation and Launch last week, but this is the first time we're hearing about Firing Range and Jungle again. Maybe Summit's even included in this, because a good year ago, and this was before the release of Cold War, mind you, there were rumors that the familiar maps to get brought back almost every Black Ops game, Firing Range, Jungle, Slums, and Summit, were going to return over in Cold War. Slums came back, but I had a theory that in Season 2 we got Apocalypse. That kind of served as a replacement for Jungle, and then Mount Yamantau in Season 3 served as a replacement for Summit. It would have been a bit redundant to see Jungle and Summit added in when we kind of had newer versions of those maps that take place in different areas but have similar scenery. So I figured maybe they scrapped those ideas, considering we already saw those maps remastered dozens and dozens of times with Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, Black Ops 4. Radiation and Launch, though, they were rumored fairly recently, and those make sense. We haven't had a day launch remaster yet. We had a night launch remake, which was in Black Ops 4, and Radiation slightly got brought back over in Blackout through the fracking tower point of interest, but not the entirety of the map, so those maps make sense. We also had rumors a few months ago of Plaza and Yemen, so what's up with all these remasters, right? When are all these maps going to release, if they are all going to? So that then begs the question, right? What is going to be the new map of Season 6? Usually when we get an intro cinematic cutscene, it showcases the new map for that season. For example, Pines, then Apocalypse, Mount Yamantau, Collateral, Echelon, but but with the cutscene we got for Season 6, we got a glimpse of Adler's interrogation room. Could that area be turned into a map? Maybe. And then we have Verdansk. So they're probably not going to make Verdansk to a multiplayer map, like a condensed version or whatnot. So is it possible we don't get a new map in Season 6? We end up just getting a bunch of faithful remasters from Black Ops 1 and 2 to kind of wrap up the game's life cycle with the bang and truly serve as a Back in Black type of season, as Dude Trust Me claimed over on Twitter. But if my theory about that is true, then maybe there still will be a new map to some capacity, but for Gunfight, Fireteam, or Combined Arms, just not for 6v6. 6v6 will just get a bunch of remasters from Black Ops 1 and 2. That could very well be the case. Leave all your best bets and ideas down below in the comments. What do you guys want to see for the final season? Once again, time of posting this, we have not gotten a roadmap or blog post reveal. When we do get that, I'll make a separate video breaking all of that down, and that should hopefully serve as some clarification for what to expect in the final season of Black Ops Cold War. But also taking a look now at the official artwork, as I mentioned earlier, we have Adler's head there in the background, which we also got a glimpse of in the campaign mission Break On Through. Coincidentally, the same mission where Bell slowly begins to realize that he's not a CIA agent, but instead he was brainwashed, and that mission was trippy. So what if Adler's head in that piece of artwork is a reference to what could be the new multiplayer map we get in Season 6, and maybe the map is a bit trippy, similar to Break On Through, with some brainwashing revelation style effects around the map. It'll be a different style map from what we've seen before in a Black Ops game, featuring different areas thrown together. I mean, it's a plausible idea if they want to go all out for the final new multiplayer map coming to the game that's not a remaster. So that's another theory that I wanted to bring up real quickly, since Adler's head has to be there for a reason. Could just be symbolic, but I definitely think it's going to relate to something. Maybe that big statue will be in the new multiplayer map that launches. Maybe it'll get added to Verdansk for whatever reason. Just wanted to point that out real quick. But I also want to bring up, how will all of this conclude, right? I'm assuming that a 58-second outro cinematic cutscene at the end of Season 6 won't be enough to wrap up all of the threads that are going on right now between multiplayer and Warzone. There's a big story, right? Lots of new characters got introduced. We have heroes versus villains, aka NATO versus the Warsaw Pact. So unless they plan on releasing a real long outro cutscene similar to the ending of Season 6 for Modern Warfare, and they can still do that, maybe there will be another live event of some sorts over in Verdansk, or even some type of surprise that gets released, maybe some in-game challenges that somehow wrap everything up and serve as some heavy story implications. We do know Black Ops 2 is canon, right? This game is leading into the opening events of that game. So will this game end on a bit of a cliffhanger, and then there's another story they can tell in between Black Ops 1 and 2 in a few years from now? Or will this game end up with what we all expected, right? Woods goes to Angola, gets captured by Menendez, and then Kravchenko goes back to the Middle East, leaves the zombie story. Adler and Stitch either die or go missing. Something happens with that. There's a lot that has to be wrapped up here and set up for the opening of Black Ops 2, so I'm definitely wondering how this is going to end, right? What will we do in Season 6 that truly serves as a conclusion to the story being told in the post-launch season? Now, I also want to bring up the fact that we have many explosions around Verdansk 84. It has changed the map fundamentally, and we all know that, but what if this is the way they explain how the underground mines open up? That's been teased since Season 3, when Verdansk 84 first got released. So if they're ever going to release the underground point of interest over the mines, then Season 6 would be the time to do so. We're not going to get Verdansk anymore after Season 6 is over, since we're getting the Vanguard integration in November, so it's now or never at this point. I brought up a theory quite a few times now, which you probably remember, and that is that the underground mines over in Verdansk might end up resembling the mines we saw in Vorkuta during the Black Ops 1 campaign. It might not be the fact that they're actually there, but something trippy could happen since the number sequence has been going off, and maybe we just begin to see that in-game, but it's not actually there geographically in the Call of Duty canon. Something I wanted to bring up, because there's also plenty of evidence out there that you guys have pointed out to me plenty of times in the comments regarding Reznov still being alive. Now, I definitely think that's a massive thread worth its own video, and I still might make one in the future. That's even something the Treyarch could explore more in a future Black Ops game that has time for that. But what if, and this is a huge what if now, yes, what if Reznov is somehow alive in the underground tunnels of Verdansk 84, at least to a cliffhanger that we don't get continuation of for a couple of years till Treyarch's next game, or some point after that? I think that would be a cool little plot twist that would really make us all rethink how we understand the Black Ops canon and the story altogether, especially from Black Ops 1. But last and definitely not least, we have a new Doritos Mountain Dew collaboration with Call of Duty, which we all expected, right? They've done it quite a few times now over the past few years. I still remember the Mountain Dew promotion with Doritos for Advanced Warfare, where if you bought select packages of those products, you would gain access to an exclusive exosuit in Advanced Warfare, a full outfit that is. It's probably one of the rarest outfits in that game. I ended up collecting it. I'm a huge Mountain Dew fan. I drink it all the time. So there's something similar again with Vanguard this year, but what's really strange about this, I wanted to point it out real quickly, is that on the cover of this promotion, we get Ghost from Warzone, and I get it, that makes sense, he's in Warzone, but we also have Wraith from Cold War. Despite this being a promotion for Vanguard, there are no World War II characters on this promotional artwork, so I'm like, wait a second, what's going on here, right? Are they going to change this later, or are they just going to stick with Wraith and Ghost? Maybe two of the most popular characters that people bought skins for in Warzone? That's kind of a guess. I'm a little confused about it, but also don't forget, you're able to play either Modern Warfare, Warzone, or Cold War to level up the Vanguard Battle Pass, but you do have to be playing Vanguard specifically to level up in that game's multiplayer or zombies. Hopefully that makes sense. And yeah, there will be plenty of double XP opportunities where you can buy select packages of Mountain Dew and Doritos, gain access to double XP, double weapon XP, and probably some other special goodies that we don't know about just yet. But that is about it. This has been DK Dynamite. Leave all your thoughts down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on the Season 6 intro cinematic cutscene? How do you think this all is going to end? And also, what are your thoughts on the new weapons coming in the finale of Cold War's life cycle? Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everyone.